And welcome back here to El Dorado. I had to start a new stream. I don't know if it was exactly working on the first one. Seemed to be going all right. All right, Josh Young says it's working, so I'm not going to worry about it. 3-2 count here, Gary? 3 balls and 2 strikes. To the batter, Chris Lopez. And the 3-2 curveball is swing and a miss. Strike 3 of Lopez. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Zach Baxley. Right-handed batter, Zach Baxley. And strike 1 thrown to Baxley. Starting first baseman for the Sluggers. Baxley is from Wichita. He goes to Hutchinson Community College. And the 0-1 curveball, high chopper to Elliott. Tries to get it on the big hop. Gets it on the short hop. Quick throw to first. Got him. Elliott's defense good, according to Josh Young yesterday.
6 assists last night.
Not bad. 6 assists for Elliott. Defense has been the one thing, really, it seems like, with this squad that's preventing them from leading our division. First pitch in there is a strike to Caden Cohort.
We had our 3rd airless game of the season last week.
Third for that, Gary. No balls and a strike. Another curve, and in there again, 0-2. So quickly, 0-2, and he'll waste one here, 1-2. Tie game, top of the second inning. Stevenson winds and deals the pitch and lifted towards shallow center field, and that is going to drop in for a 2-out single for Cohort. Did what he had to do, just reached out there to keep in play. So here's a fielder. The 9th batter in the order for Wichita. First pitch swinging, and he lines it to Kim at second base. And that will end the inning. No runs on a hit. No errors and 1 man left after an inning and a half. It's Wichita 2, El Dorado 2. This is Bronco Baseball on YouTube. Well, now we're getting some viewers. Sorry, I'm not sure, folks, why that first link wasn't working. It looked like it was working on my end here, but always worries me when I see 0 people watching, and I'm one of them watching. Get you caught up on what has gone on so far. First pitch in there, a strike to Cole Marlar. A 2-out, 2-run home run by Wichita's Dalton Daly in the top of the first gave the Sluggers a 2-0 lead. El Dorado came back with back-to-back singles to lead off the inning. Jamie Ritchie grounded out. Here's a hot shot, foul by Marlar. Ritchie's ground out made it 2-1, and then Connor Kinn stepped in and hit a ground rule double that scored Brant Kim to make it 2-2. Tanner Sparks flew out to center. Tanner White flew out to Adam Stevenson on the hill for El Dorado, and here's Lane. Well, I don't know. Should we go with Lane? Lane Cutter here for the Sluggers. That pitch missing. 2 balls and a strike to Marlar. And a swing and a miss there from Marlar, and he is out. I guess he had 2 strikes. Apologize for that. And that'll bring up Braden Rodden. Braden Rodden hitting .250 on the summer, 15 for 60. Of those 15 hits, 3 have gone for 2 bases. First pitch from Cutter, high, 1-0. 10 walks, just 7 strikeouts for Rodden in 60 at-bats. Feels like 101 here in El Dorado today. Same 2 teams here tomorrow night, 7 o'clock again on YouTube. Pitch Rodden is missing, and 3-0 to Braden Rodden, batting 8th in the lineup tonight for El Dorado. Hello to Tide Pods watching tonight. The 3-0 to Rodden is a little bit, nope, not a little bit high. It was across the letters for strike 1. We have all-star pitcher Josh Young running the music tonight, so you may hear me asking him questions on what's going on at the pitcher's mound. Rodden fouls this one off, and a nice job by Cutter to work himself back into this count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count to Rodden. 1 away for the Broncos, bottom of the 2nd inning, and the pitch. And Rodden pops it up, shallow right field. Tough Sun racing in as Lopez drifting out. The second baseman, Daly, makes the catch. Not an easy play, and the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Carson Cox. And Gary, looked like Carson Cox had himself a pretty good night last night. 3 for 4 for Cox. Tide Pods, that's Jack Green watching Hudson Oliver. Boy, he was good the other night. Austin Shadler watching his cousin Hudson from San Antonio. First pitch in there, a strike to Carson Cox. Carson Cox has seen his average fly north a bit. It's up to 229, 11 for 48. 2 away here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And that pitch just missing. 1-1. 2-2, bottom of the 2nd inning. Pitcher Cutter from Grand Junction, Colorado. That's where the NJCAA College World Series is every year. Bouncer down to 3rd, grabbed over there by Thies, throws to 1st, and retires Cox. A 1-2-3 inning by Lane Cutter. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll go to the 3rd inning. El Dorado 2 and the Wichita Sluggers 2. Top of the third inning from beautiful El Dorado. Adam Stevenson, the starter for the Broncos. First pitch just a little bit out to the leading hitter in our league, Colton Burtis. There's a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Austin Shadler asking if Hudson's playing third base. He is not. 2-1 here to Burtis. Right-handed batter is Burtis. Let's see, what is he? 26 of 59. And that one piped down the middle, and it's 3-2. 3 home runs on the summer for Burtis. He's driven in 18. Leadoff batter of the third inning, and the 3-2 is in there for strike 3. And that'll bring up Adam Thies. Third baseman popped out to Connor Kinn in foul territory over on the first base side in his first at bat. Broncos were defeated here 11-1, a run rule loss on Thursday night. First pitch fouled out of play. And then to start out last night's game, fell behind 3-0 after 2 innings. Had to feel like here we go again, but Josh Young tightened the ship from there on in. Here's one towards short. Sparks has it, throws over to first, and Thies is retired. Julian Ripp now batting the DH. And El Dorado wins it 8-4. Did Josh get the win last night, Gary? Yeah, another win for Josh Young. No save, 8-4, a win over Mulvane. So the Broncos take the season series over Mulvane 3-1. So that is that's important. Nice opening curveball for strike 1 to Julian Ripp, who struck out his first time. And that's vitally important in a division where everything's so tight. Check swing, did not go, 1-1. Hayesville still leads our league. They're 12, or leads our division. They're 12-7. The Derby Twins are 10-8. Here's the 1-1, bounced towards Stevenson, leaps, has it, finds some solid ground, throws over to first, and retires to Ripp. And that will retire the side. 3 up and 3 down for the Sluggers in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Tie game at 2. Bottom of the third inning here from El Dorado, and the top of the order for the Broncos, Cooper Elliott, who started the game with a base hit and eventually scored. Cooper Elliott from down the road in Andover, Kansas, goes to Wichita State University. Gary gave me an interesting number here. Cooper Elliott began the season for El Dorado 0-11, but now he's on a 10-game hit streak, hitting .385 during that hit streak, and he's hit in 14 of the last 15 games. And Elliott's average up to 313. An 0-1 pitch from Cutter in there for strike two. Looking at the pitching leaders, of course, our very own Josh Young is right there, third best right now as far as the pitching leaders with a 2.19 ERA. Cutter is 1-1 with a 2.37 ERA. He is fifth. And 0-2 to Elliott. And Elliott got under this one, lifts it high into center field. And the center fielder calling and makes the catch. That's Cohort and the first out. And that'll bring up Brant Kim. Brant Kim went to right field on his first at bat, sent Cooper Elliott from first to third. Kim now hitting in 9 of his last 10 games for El Dorado. Feel free to join in on the chat window there as you're watching the game. Would love to know who's watching, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. We welcome all Bronco and Slugger fans here. That pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. You can also email me, CADEN, cadenbroadcasting@gmail.com. The 1-1, and reaching out is Kim, taps it, rolls it over to short. Burtis has it over to first, and Kim is retired. And with 2 away, that'll bring up Jamie Ritchie. Jamie Ritchie grounded out to second, but moved two runners, 1 home and 1 to second. Jamie Ritchie and Connor Kinn's folks are in the crowd here tonight. Plan on being here for a week, a busy week. Parents' week kind of officially starts, I guess, next week, but some parents came in tonight. Jamie Ritchie, an all-star selection. That all-star game is July 2nd at X Stadium in Wichita. Two balls and no strikes. Now 3-0. Jamie Ritchie, Cisco Community College. Jamie way out in front here with a 3-0 count and taking all the way and looking at ball 4. So a 2-out walk will bring up Connor Kinn with a ground rule double his first time. An RBI ground rule double.
Now batting for the Broncos, the first baseman, number 28, Connor Kinn.
Connor Kinn, number 4 in batting in our league. Coming into play, 24 for 60, a 400 batting average. Looks at strike 1, no balls and a strike, and the pitch. Kinn fouls it straight back at us. No balls and 2 strikes. We're tied at 2, bottom of the 3rd inning here from El Dorado. Derby a half game ahead of El Dorado coming into play tonight. The Broncos are 9-8. The Broncos dumped Mulvane to 10-11 with that win last night. Mulvane 3 games out of first. Here's a grounder over to short. Burtis has it, flips over to Daly, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll go to the 4th inning, tied at 2. Top of the fourth inning, the reason for Wichita's 2 runs, a 2-out, 2-run home run by this gentleman, Dalton Daly. First pitch, and he's out in front with a swing and a miss. Strike one. Dalton Daly from Yavapai College. Yavapai. I'm probably. That's in Arizona? 1-1. Here to Daly, 6 foot 190. His 7th game of the summer. He's now hit 3 home runs. 3 home runs in 21 at bats. Bouncing in 2-1. Hitting .350 on the summer. Last night, these Wichita Sluggers lost at home to Cheney 26-10. A run rule. Stevenson just missed 3-1. And if you can trust the duration that they put on some of the box scores, it was 3 hours and 38 minutes for a 7-inning game. Fastball 3-1. He was sitting dead red and fouled it out of play, and it's 3-2. He's homered in 3 of his last 4 games. Homered on June 26th at Hayesville, June 27th at Cheney, and now here on June 29th in El Dorado. Bounces one over to Brant Kim at second, over to Connor Kinn. Kim to Kinn for the first out. And Abel Osario coming up. Osario popped out to Sparks at shortstop his first time. And the first pitch in there, strike one. Osario from Troutdale, Oregon, goes to Tarleton State University, 5'9". And the 0-1 rolled it over foul, and it's 0-2. One of the sluggers on the far end of the dugout with the sun really beating right down on him. Didn't see that foul ball coming. Lucky for him, it hit inside the dugout and not on his eyelids. No balls and 2 strikes to Osario. And low, 1-2. Osario hitting .306 on the summer. Went 0 for 2 last night with an RBI. And a swing and a miss. The tag applied by Marlar. And there's 2 away. Looked like a home run swing in that 1-2. Here's Chris Lopez, a strikeout victim his first time. And first pitch swinging, a backhand by Kim, bobbles it, now gathers, throws to first, got him. Brant Kim makes the play, and 3 up, 3 down, and Stevenson is retired 7 in a row. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Wichita 2, El Dorado 2. Tanner Sparks, Tanner White, Cole Marler, the scheduled 3 for El Dorado here in the bottom of the 4th inning against Lane Cutter. Both starters gave up 2 runs in the 1st inning, and both have looked pretty good since. First pitch high, 1-0 to Tanner Sparks. Flew it to center field his first time. And this one in there for strike 1. 12 at-bats coming into this game tonight for Sparks, hitting .417. Couple of home runs already for Tanner Sparks. And looks at a beauty of a curveball, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to Sparks. And that one caught the corner for strike 3. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Tanner White.
The center fielder, number 4, Tanner White.
Tanner White 0 for 1. Flew out to left field his first time. And the pitch from Cutter bounced up the middle, ranging over his Daly. Has it, sets, fires, and got White by a step. Nice play by Daly over at second base. We saw a nice play by Brant Kim to end the top of the 4th. Dalton Daly
Number 7, Cole Marler.
puts his name in there with a good play. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th for Cole Marler, a strikeout victim his first time. Marler hitting .200 coming into play tonight. And looks at the first pitch outside, 1-0. Cole Marler, who graduated high school just a month or 2 ago and getting ready to play college ball. This is a pretty good beginning ground right here. And Marler hits it hard, but fouls it into the Bronco bullpen. So a ball and a strike. So Zach Breeden was in the original lineup, right, Gary? But took a ball off the elbow and wasn't feeling great. So a quick change in the Bronco lineup before the game started. Ooh, seen those games already this year. 2 balls and a strike. 6 hit batters, 6 hit Broncos last night. Marler is swinging a miss, 2-2. That's at least a second game where 6 Broncos have been hit by a pitch this year. Had another one with 5. And those are the games that I've seen. Here's the 2-2. Marler fouls it off. Of course, we broadcast all the games here from McDonald Stadium.
A record is 4 hit batters by 1 guy.
4 hit batters. One guy getting hit 4 times. That's the record. That's a tough record to beat. Marler hits it hard, but right at Burtis, takes it on a couple of hots, throws over to first, a little bit low, but scooped out of there by Baxley. And that will end the inning. And Cutter has retired 2, 5, 8, 11 of the last 12. Broncos will go to the 5th inning. El Dorado 2, Wichita 2. Zach Baxley will lead it off for the Wichita Sluggers here in the top of the 5th inning. Rolling right along here from El Dorado. And a first pitch ball. Adam Stevenson. This is his 5th game, all starts. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. Back on June 3rd, really struggled against a really good team, the Cheney Diamond Dogs, went an inning and a third and gave up 6 runs, all earned. Came back with a good effort against the Salina Shock, got no decision. And then a 6-5 winner over the Newton Rebels. And then faced up against Cheney again, and much better. 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned, and only 4 hits against a dynamic offense. But a 7-4 loss that night at Cheney. Here's a 2-1 pitch. In there, inner third, 2-2. So 1-0 for Stevenson. His ERA is 6.23, but a rough start for Adam to now working on getting that lower and lower. Bouncing one in, 3-2. Pitching appears to be the staple of this Bronco team. Josh Young and Drew Gooch both going to the All-Star game. Hudson Oliver was terrific his last time. Adam Stevenson has been way better his in 3 starts in a row. And I think you can probably add 4 starts now. He's given up 2 runs through 4 innings here against Wichita. A good hitting team, the Sluggers. And the pitch to Baxley just missed on the 3-2 and a leadoff walk. And that'll bring up Caden Cohort. He singled his first time. A look down at the third base coach. Could they be playing some small ball here? Cooper Elliott remains in his normal spot over at third. And Cohort squares, bunts it towards third, but Stevenson has it. He'll go to second, get the leadoff guy, the lead runner. Good strong peg down to short there to Sparks. And that'll bring up Mason Hartman with 1 away and Cohort over at first. Mason Hartman from Wichita goes to Pittsburgh State University and fouls off the first offering. Hartman lined out to Brant Kim his first time. He's 0 for 1. Comes into play tonight with a .286 batting average. 1 for 4 last night at Cheney. Throw over to first, and back in there is Cohort. 2-2, top of the 5th inning. Pretty open stance here for Hartman. Now comes back and looks at that one under the chin. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Broncos have now seen every team in our league. Wichita was the last team that the Broncos have not seen yet this year. On the move is Cohort. Picked a good pitch to run on, and he'll slide in there safely. Sparks applied the tag, but he got Cohort right on the helmet and immediately told him, my bad. 1 ball and 2 strikes as Hartman swung, and I think he swung at that one, didn't he? Oh, it's called strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hartman. Go ahead run down at second base with 1 away. And the 1-2 to Hartman and a swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 2 away, and here comes Colton Burtis. A July 3rd exhibition softball game here at McDonald Stadium, a 6-inning modified rules softball game featuring the Butler Blazers Special Olympians and our own El Dorado Broncos. Free admission. They'll be accepting donations at the door, and all proceeds will benefit the Butler Blazers Special Olympic teams. First pitch to Burtis, in there, 4-1. Burtis walked and scored in the first, struck out looking in the third. No balls and 1 strike to Burtis. Modest lead off a second for Cohort. The pitch bounced toward Elliott at third, gets it in fair territory, throws over to first, and Burtis is retired. And that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on. We are halfway through here in El Dorado. Broncos 2, Sluggers 2. So bottom inning coming up, and again, apologize early on. Had everything started like normal, and for some reason it wasn't working. And Beth Breeden telling me something I was going to do and I hadn't done yet. The players by position, and I'll do that in the top half of the sixth inning here when the Broncos return to the field. Thanks for tuning in, Beth, up in Lakeville, Minnesota. First pitch in there, a strike to Braden Rodden from Lane Cutter. Those probably all of you didn't see the first inning. A 2-run home run by Wichita gave them a 2-0 lead. El Dorado answered with 2 in the bottom of the first, and we've been stuck there ever since. Rodden, a high fly ball out into right field. Lopez gets under it, and he's got the catch for the first out. One away, and here's Carson Cox.
Now batting for the Broncos, the right fielder, number 5, Carson Cox.
Mentioned a little earlier, Beth, that Zach was in the starting lineup to start tonight, but got hit last night on the elbow and decided just wasn't able to go tonight. Carson Cox grounded out to third his first time. He's 0 for 1. Cutter has retired 12 of the last 13 Broncos. And first pitch swinging is Cox, fouls it out of play. Good crowd has filed in here again to McDonald Stadium. And certainly the change of leagues, Gary, it seems like even, when Burl was here, fans just didn't come. I mean, that's a long trip to come and spend 3 nights with all these certainly much closer trips for everybody. We're seeing a lot more visiting fans at the park. Cox drives it out to right field and deep. Going back is Lopez to the track and makes the catch. So a couple of flyouts out to Lopez in right field, 2 away, and to the top of the order in Cooper Elliott.
Number 3, Cooper Elliott.
Cooper Elliott led off the bottom of the first inning with a single and came in and scored on Jamie Ritchie's ground out. Flew out to center field a second time. He's 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch is inside, 1-0. Cooper Elliott hitting .313 coming into play. He's got the most at-bats of anyone this season, 67. And now 2-0. Big thing with Cooper, boy, his defense has really gotten good. The hot corner has been his spot. Oh, he was at shortstop last night. Had 6 assists last night for the Broncos in an 8-4 win over Mulvane. And we talked about it after the 11-1 run rule. I mean, you lose 2-1 or 11-1, it all counts the same. Might have saved a couple of innings of work from the pitchers. Broncos came back and won last night. 3-0 here to Cooper Elliott. And taking all the way, 3-1. Same 2 teams here tomorrow night. 7 o'clock, we'll have it for you here on YouTube. And outside on that 3-1, so a 2-out walk. And that'll bring up Brant Kim. Kim 1 for 2. Singled to right, grounded short.
Now batting for the Broncos, the second baseman, number 10, Brant Kim.
First pitch to Kim, hit hard out into center field. Cohort's over there, and he'll make the catch. Kim put good wood on it, but right at Cohort in center field. And that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. We're through 5 from El Dorado. It's the Broncos 2 and the Sluggers 2. Third baseman Adam Thies leading off for the Wichita Sluggers here in the top half of the 6th inning. 2-2 tie. The starters, Stevenson and Cutter, have really settled in. First pitch by Thies is bounced off his leg. Out in the field for El Dorado, Jamie Ritchie's in left field, Tanner White in center, Carson Cox in right field, Cooper Elliott at third, Tanner Sparks is at short, Brant Kim at second, Connor Kinn is at first for El Dorado. No balls and a strike to Thies, and missing 1-1. Thies with a pop out to first and a ground out to short. Curveball just missed 2-1. Of course, as the season's gone, the division's tight, so every game looms large, and this is a really critical stretch in the next 3 days for El Dorado. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Bounced a high chopper to Sparks, gets it on the big hop, and off the wrong foot, bounces over to Kinn, who makes the catch. The scoop there for the first out. And that'll bring up Julian Ripp, who's 0 for 2. The Sluggers are here tonight and tomorrow. And then on Monday, doubleheader at Hayesville. The Broncos will be the home team in one of those games, the first game. And then, but 2 games at Hayesville against the division leader. So important to take care of business against the Sluggers tonight and tomorrow. And then big games Monday, off Tuesday for the All-Star break. Off Wednesday, and then here on the 4th of July, the Great Bend Batcats will make their only trip into town for a 7 o'clock game. Home again on Saturday against Hutchinson, and then Sunday, July 7th. It's not on the Sunflower Collegiate League page yet, but it is a doubleheader with Salina here on the 7th. So that means we'll start at 6 o'clock. Generally, they say 6 and 8. And El Dorado will be the road team in one of those, probably the first game of that doubleheader. 1-0 pitch, now 2-0 to Julian Ripp. Broncos were rained out at Salina last Saturday, so now Salina coming here on July 7th, they'll just play 2. 3-0 to Ripp. Broncos will take on the Wichita Sluggers on Tuesday, July 9th at Newman University. Three balls and a strike to Ripp. And right in there again, 3-2. And the 3-2 in there for strike three. Rip thought he had a base on balls. Instead, he's rung up. Nice job by Stevenson. Down 3-0 in that count. Came all the way back to strike out Julian Rip. So 2 away, and here's Dalton Daly, a 2-run home run in the first inning and a ground out to second. He's 1 for 2. Adam Stevenson from South Lake, Texas, goes to Wichita State University, 6'1", 165 on the hill here for El Dorado. And a miss on that first curve, 1-0. Josh, curveball looking good from Stevenson tonight? Josh Young up here in the press box. Here's the 1-0 pitch and a swing and a miss. Strike one. What's been the biggest difference you've seen from Stevenson after a rough first go? Well, he's been pretty good his last 3 starts. Settling in. One. What's wrong with Todd Butler? Not there anymore. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A pitch. Curveball hit towards second. Kim will get it on 1 hop. And the throw to first. And another 1, 2, 3 inning for Adam Stevenson. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sluggers 2, Broncos 2. Well, a good part of the order for the Broncos to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning in a 2-2 tie, 3, 4, and 5. 2 All-Stars, Jamie Ritchie, Connor Ken, and Tanner Sparks. Taking a look around our league, well, something's going on out in the parking lot. The right fielder, Lopez, jumped on top of the dugout and ran out into the parking lot. This is an odd delay. I don't know if there's I can only assume a fight or something, but I don't know why a player would run out there. See if I can give you folks a look at what's going on over here. A little girl, okay. A little girl was stuck on top of a roof. So not a fight, which is good. And how about Chris Lopez sprinting from right field to hurt? There he comes. There you can see him now on the dugout. And hopefully all order is restored now. That's Gary's been doing games here for 33 years. And haven't seen that. That was a...
How did he see that?
Yeah, how did he see that? That's that fence isn't really a see-through fence over there. So let me get the camera back to where you can see almost everything, or what we can here. A first pitch strike to Richie. And Richie hits this one out into shallow left field. Coming in and making the catch is Hartman for the first out. And let me. There we go. So one away for the Broncos here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Connor Kinn, ground rule double back in the first. And tries to shoot one through the right side. A diving play by Baxley. Now over to first, and Kinn will be safe. And that will be a base hit. And a nice job by the catcher, Osario, who slid and blocked that ball to make sure it didn't go into the dugout. It did not either. So a single for Connor Kinn. Terrific dive and glove work there by the first baseman, Baxley. And that'll bring up Tanner Sparks. Take a look around our league right now. The Diamond Dogs lead Derby 4-0. And that's probably good news for Bronco fans. That game in Cheney. 4-0 in the fourth. And Sparks looking at ball one. The Mulvane Patriots tied 1-1 with Hutchinson in the third inning. The 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. Our division leader in the East, the Hayesville Aviators, leading in Great Bend at 4-1. And they're playing 2 games tonight, it looks like. Two-0 pitch coming up to Tanner Sparks. Curveball and in there, a beauty, 2-1. Andale leading in Newton 3-1. The Warhawks. Sparks looks at ball 3. So now 3-1 from Lane Cutter. Tanner White waits on deck for the Broncos. Connor Kinn over at first. And Sparks bounces this one towards third. Thies has it. Tough throw, and he makes it to get rid of Sparks. Kinn will move down to second base. Nice play by Adam Thies over at third base. So 2 away, and here's Tanner White. Tanner White tonight 0 for 2, flew out to left, grounded out to second, and he looks at strike one. Go ahead rundown at second base. Bottom of the sixth inning, Sluggers and Broncos tied at 2. Cutter with the 0-1 and stayed upstairs, 1-1. Richie flew out to left. Connor Kinn an infield single, and Sparks grounded out to third. Kinn down at second base for El Dorado. The 1-1, and out in front of that was White, and he just weakly fouled it off. 1-2. Four hits for El Dorado. They're looking for number 5 here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And White shoots it towards the right side. Baxley has it. He's going to take it himself. Good defensive inning for Baxley over at first. No runs, a hit, and 1 man left. We'll head to the 7th inning, tied at 2. Rosario will lead off for the Sluggers here in the 7th inning. Squares the bunt, bunts it right at Stevenson. He picks it up, throws over to first, and Osario is retired. 1 pitch, 1 out. Coming into this inning for Adam Stevenson, he's thrown 75 pitches, 29 balls, and 44 strikes. Here's Chris Lopez, who gets the pat on the back award for racing from right field, hopping the dugout, and I'm assuming helping a little girl off a rooftop. Matt always makes the PA announcement to watch your kids, I think, here. Might have gone unnoticed. 1 ball and 1 strike, the pitch in the turf. 2-1. Hey, the team photographer for the Broncos is Kat Gonzalez, and she does a fantastic job, and she wants parents to know that packets for pictures are on sale. And if you want to find out more information about photos, photo packets, whatever, please contact Kat by calling or texting. And the number is 316-833-4595. Comes a 2-1 pitch, and it's bounced towards short, and Sparks has it, sets and throws, and retires Lopez. So 2 away, and here comes Zach Baxley. Had a good defensive inning in the bottom of the 6th. He's grounded out and walked. 0 for 1 officially. You can email Kat Gonzalez at GONZALES cat, CAT, 17 at gmail.com. First pitch, sliced foul out of play. So again, photo packets, Kat Gonzalez, and she has a ginormous camera, so I know her pictures are good. A little bit in, 1 ball and 1 strike. 316-833-4595. Ball and a strike here to Baxley, right-handed batter, and the pitch, a swing and a miss, 1-2. All right, Josh Young, 1-2, 2 away. What pitch you looking at here? Curve it in the dirt. Winding and deal is Stevenson, and he goes fastball outer third and slapped foul. Both teams scored 2 runs in the first. It's been a pitcher's battle ever since. Just 2 hits on the night for the Sluggers. The 1-2, missing, 2-2. Gary, we talked about it the other night, those leadoff walks. It was a leadoff walk to Burtis, then a couple of outs, and then Daly with a 2-run home run. And this one's hit towards Elliott at third, gets in front of it, gathers it, throws over to first, and retires Baxley. Terrific play by Elliott. 3 up and 3 down. It's time to stretch in El Dorado. Sluggers 2, Broncos 2. Cole Marlar to lead it off for El Dorado. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Marlar 0 for 3. And first pitch fouled it off to try to illustrate how good these starters have been. El Dorado has 4 hits, but 3 of those hits came in the first inning. 3 of the first 4 got hits, and Connor Kinn's infield single in the 6th inning is the only other hit for the Broncos tonight. Marlar skies one out to right field and deep. Lopez going back to the wall and makes a catch on the track. The wind took that a little bit towards center, and nice job by Lopez out and right. So here's Braden Rodden. He's 0 for 2. A pop out to second and a fly out to right. The Diamond Dogs have added another run. They lead 5-0 against Derby. And the first pitch is high, 1-0. I don't want to say we're pioneers here broadcasting games, but when I first started this, we were the only one doing it on YouTube. And now I've noticed now even Cheney has a YouTube broadcast of their games. Rodden hits this one out into shallow right field, and Lopez comes in and makes a catch. He's getting a lot of work tonight. Now the Cheney camera angle is really from ground level, so it's a little difficult to see, but it's a broadcast. Carson Cox 0 for 2, a ground out to third and a fly out to right. Stevenson's at 85 pitches. Do you know what the pitch count for Cutter is, Gary? Nope. We don't need that, but it's probably similar. And a first pitch strike by Cutter. Two to 2, our score, bottom of the 7th inning. Flying along here in El Dorado. And the 0-1, a little bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Josh, what are you from Cutter? What are you seeing from him? What's been his best pitch in your opinion? All? Goes from the stretch. And the 1-1 and swing and a miss. That looked like a curve. No? Fastball? 1-2. Hayesville 4, Great Bend 3 in the 5th inning. A ball and 2 strikes here to Carson Cox. Curveball missed, 2-2. In the Western Division, Cheney raced out to a big lead, and they enjoy a 3-game lead over Great Bend. Cheney is 17-3. Great Bend to 13-5. The Sluggers come in with a 7-12 record, 9.5 out of first. Here's a 2-2. And Cox able to shoot this one into foul territory, into the parking lot. Carson Cox from Texarkana, Texas, 6'3", 185, goes to Cowley County Community College down in Arkansas City, Kansas, a school that made it to the College World Series this year. Won a game there, too. Here's a 2-2. And Cox serves it out into center field and bounces over the head of Cohort. Cox around second, on his way to third. Cohort throws it, and Cox is looking to score. Here's a throw home, and out at the plate. Not a bad gamble. So it's going to be a single, a 2-base error, right? A single, a 2-base error, and an 8-6-2 putout. And that will end the 7th inning. No runs on a hit, nobody left. We'll go to the 8th inning, 2-2. So we'll lead off the 8th inning, and that now we've decided here in the press box that's going to be a triple for Cox, and then thrown out at home. An 8-6-2 putout. The reason it's not the center fielder cohort raced up, and then it bounced over his head. And with 2 outs in a tie game, it took a throw from middle center field area there from the shortstop. He threw it right on line and able to get him out at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Caden Cohort. Cohort was going to come in and maybe try to maybe a spectacular play. Then at the last moment thought better of it, but he had gone too close. And of course, with the sunny, hot, dry conditions here, the outfield's probably a little harder, and it bounced right over his head. One ball and 2 strikes here to Cohort. And Stevenson just missed. It was a close play at the plate. Curveball in the turf, now 3-2. It was a good slide by Cox. And Osario really had to make a quick tag before that hand snuck in there. From up here, tough to tell when the tag was applied and when the hand hit the plate. Fastball and a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll bring up Mason Hartman. Lynn Oliver from Victoria, Texas is watching. And again, that number for Kat Gonzalez, if you want some information on some photos or a photo packet, you can call or text, and Kat will get back to you. Here's the number in a moment. First pitch to Hartman. He squares, bunts it towards the first base side. Stevenson has it. There's no one at first, though. Connor Kinn wasn't sure if Stevenson was going to get it. So it'll be an infield single. The number to call or text, and Kat's here at the game, so you may want to just text her and she'll get back to you. It's 316-833-4595. I may put that here on the chat so you folks can have that just in case for picture packets. First pitch in there, a strike. One out, runner on first and one in the turf. Throw down to first and back safely is Hartman. This is Colton Burtis, the leading hitter in our league. One ball and 1 strike to Burtis. Burtis is 0 for 2 with a walk. And a swing and a miss, and the bat goes helicoptering over the third base coach's head. Throw away those batting gloves is Burtis. Just going to go barehanded here. 1-2, Gary? 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 85 pitches for Stevenson entering this inning. 95 now. And the 1-2 hit towards short, gloved over there by Sparks, back to first, and safely back is Hartman. So a soft line out to short is the second out of the inning. And here's Adam Thies. Thies is 0 for 3 tonight. 2 groundouts to short and a pop out to first in foul territory. Top of the 8th inning, we're tied at 2. Runner on the move, curveball, and Marlar was shifting to his left. The batter has a right to stay in there. He doesn't really have to get out of the way. And a stolen base for Hartman. So the go-ahead rundown at second base for Thies and the Sluggers. Fastball in there, strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tide Pod says good game. Yeah, this has been a very well-played game. Good defense, excellent pitching. A ball and a strike. Hartman on the move to third. This one lifted into shallow right field. Kinn going back, and Kinn makes the catch over the shoulder down the first base line. Off the bat, I didn't think there was a chance, and a great job by Kinn to use that speed and get under it. And that will end the inning. No runs on a hit, and one man left. Bottom of the 8th inning, and it's 2-2.
Cooper Elliott.
The only reason I disagree with sending him home is because we had Cooper Elliott coming up.
Cooper Elliott to lead off for the Broncos here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Josh Young with his first error of the night kept the music going too long. Cooper didn't like that. And the pitch, and Elliott hits it hard down the right field line. Elliott rounds first. He's on his way to second base with a leadoff double for the Broncos. And that'll bring up Brant Kim. And a mound visit, which have been rare. Well, we haven't had one yet from either side, and the Sluggers want everyone to come in. There is some activity in the Wichita bullpen. Brant Kim will visit with his third base coach here. 2-2. Wichita scored 2 runs in the top of the first on a 2-run home run. El Dorado came back. 3 of the first 4 reached and scored 2 in the bottom of the first, and it has been goose eggs ever since. For the Broncos, that's just their second hit since that first inning. And that bunt single by Hartman in the top of the 8th inning was Wichita's first hit since the second inning. So Cutter will stay in the game. Brant Kim with the third baseman Thies sneaking in now. First baseman Baxley also sneaking in. Anticipating bunt. Runner at second, nobody out. And Kim squares, bunts it towards third. That's a good bunt. Cutter looks at third. Now he goes back to first and out at first. Close play. Cutter took a look at third, and that almost cost him, but a perfect bunt by Brant Kim will put the go-ahead run at third base for Jamie Ritchie. The infield will come in for Wichita. Bang, bang, play at first. The first pitch to Ritchie is a soft pop towards second base. Going back is the catch made there by Daly. Now a throw home and safe at the plate. That's a sac fly. The Sluggers manager will argue. And Cooper Elliott scored. Daly made the catch behind second base. His momentum was heading towards the outfield. It was a close play at the plate, and this call goes El Dorado's way. And Elliott was he was going. There was not much doubt there. So it's not very often that you see an infield sacrifice fly, but that's what we had right there. And El Dorado takes a 3-2 lead. And the Sluggers manager has somehow worked a call. I don't know how the base umpire could have had any better look. I mean, the home plate, the play's right there. But a slight win here for the Sluggers manager to get at least a conversation between the umpires. And safe is still the call. That was going to be a hard one to overturn. So El Dorado takes a 3-2 lead, and here's Connor Kinn with the bases empty and 2 out. Kinn is 2 for 3. And Kinn hits it hard, but right at Baxley to end the inning. A leadoff double by Elliott, a sac bunt by Kim, and a sac fly by Ritchie. And the Broncos take a 3-2 lead as we head to the 9th inning. This is Bronco Baseball on YouTube. First pitch of the 9th inning is hit by Rip right at Kim, and a quick first out. And that puts Stevenson at 100 pitches, I believe, with 1 away. And here's Dalton Daly. Just looked at that replay of the run scored by Elliott. It was close. It looked like his flit, it got the plate just in the nick of time. It looked like the right call. Daly looks at ball 1. 3-2 El Dorado here in the top of the 9th inning. Daly with a 2-run homer and 2 groundouts to second, and there's strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 outside, 2-1. In the first inning for the Sluggers, Burtis walked. Thies and Rip were retired, and then Daly stepped up and hit a 2-run home run over the right field wall. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Same 2 teams here tomorrow night. Another good game in our league, that's for sure. A 2-2. Curveball, a swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 2 away, and here's a pinch hitter for the Sluggers. And it says Josh Jones on my card here. So Josh Jones, the last hope for the Sluggers. And a first pitch strike. 0. Number 0. The 0-1 to Jones, high, 1-1. Josh Jones from Wichita goes to school at Tabor College. Here's the 1-1. Curveball in there, a beauty, and 1-2. Jones with a 182 batting average. Here's the 1-2 outside, 2-2. Broncos have just one complete game this year. That was by our guy up here in the box, Josh Young. Adam Stevenson trying to match him. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 away here in the 9th. The pitch, curveball, just missed, 3-2. I was here. No, I was. That was the one I missed. That was the one hitter by Josh Young against the Patriots here, a 1-0 win. Here's the 3-2 curveball hit down the right field line, slicing into foul territory, and a dive by Cox, but it lands foul. So another 3-2 pitch coming up here from Adam Stevenson. Curveball, again, hit into foul territory, and this is going to get out of play. Kinn gives it a good look, but he's going to run out of room. Slugger dugout encouraging their teammate, Josh Jones. The 3-2 from Stevenson. And a foul tip into the glove of Marlar, and that will end the game. A gem by Adam Stevenson. And the Broncos win it 3-2. Let me add up the numbers here for you. Broncos with a run in the 8th. And another errorless game, if I'm not mistaken. 69 strikes, 112 pitches tonight for Adam Stevenson. And I need to add up his strikeouts here, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He had a strikeout in every inning except the 7th. So Stevenson, brilliant. For the Broncos tonight, 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. For Wichita, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and they left 3 men on base. The winning pitcher is Adam Stevenson, and the tough luck loser is Lane Cutter. Time of tonight's game, 1 hour and 50 minutes. Adam Stevenson, 9 innings of work, gave up 3 hits. He struck out 9, and he walked 2 batters. They were both leadoff walks. Burtis in the 1st and Baxley in the 5th. 4 games, or the last 2 games for the Broncos, they've issued 4 walks. That's good. This Bronco team can really pitch it. They've got some star pitchers. The lights aren't even on here at McDonald's Stadium. This game went so quick. 3-2 in favor of El Dorado. So the Broncos see their record improve, 13. Same 2 teams here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Our video stream will begin at 6:45 and broadcasting at 7 Same two teams, the Wichita Sluggers and the El Dorado Broncos. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the exciting action here tonight. We'll do it again tomorrow. Until then, have a great rest of your Saturday night. Be sure you choose joy. Kurt Caden bidding you good night from El Dorado.